Hello and welcome to the next R2D2 video, and you may notice that the audio is slightly different, and that is because I'm outside. I just not the camera, but I'm outside for this video. I've got a schedule to keep, as you know, but I'm not going to let the good weather go to waste, so I'm filming this video outside because I can, because we've got some rare sun here in the UK. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this time. It is a little different, but why not? You know, why not? I'm going to make the most of the weather. So, this video, as you know, is covering 3 issues because I only had issue 64 before the wedding and the honeymoon. So, we're covering 3 issues, 65, 66 and 67. To start off with then, I have already gone ahead and put in, as you can see here, these screws to hold the panels in place because I thought that might be quite long and boring to show on camera. So they are all done. For those of you who saw my live video update a couple of days ago, you'll know that that is what I was doing. The next thing you do is we look at what comes in issue 65, and for that you need to get this part, which is the green and yellow indicator part that we got a few issues ago. So what you need to do for this is you need to angle the dome so it faces this way, and it's this hole here, my finger sticking through, is where we're going to focus on. So I'm just going to zoom in. You'll be able to hear the zoom noises, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, what you need to do is you get this part, which you get in issue 65, which is kind of the diffuser of the light, and you just push the diffuser. There's a little tab at the top, which you can see there, and there's a little tab just there. So you just push that against there. We did this with the blue and red one. Just do that there like that, and then we just attach, oops, just lost a screw. Where's that gone? Oh no, the screw lost in the grass. That's not going to be good. Luckily I've found it, so that's all good. Right, okay, so let's put this part back on here. Oops, there we go. And then if we basically match up, you want the wire part at the top. This part is very loose. Very loose. I'm struggling with this. Come on. In you go. That goes in there like that. So if I angle it this way, yeah, maybe then I can just screw it in. So you need the wire part on top. You just push that down there so it clips into place, and then screw it in. The screwdriver is just big enough to fit, so there's one screw in there like that. And let's get the second screw. You lost it again. Just circle this piece round so it's on, and screw it in place. That goes in there like that, and that part is secure. And you see from this side it looks like that. So that is the back light. Oh, sorry, it's not on the camera, but that's the back light all done, along with this part here. And speaking of this part here, let's swing it round, and we're now going to do the front one just in there. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Okay, so in issue 65 even, you get all these parts here. You get this part, which doesn't have a little circle bit of clear plastic like this part does. This one has a bit of clear plastic, but this one doesn't, maybe because the projector needs to go through it. You then get this part here, and what you need to do is just push that part into there like that, so it looks like that. And then you get this connecting part. Now this is a little fiddly. This little tab here needs to fit into that hole there, and then this little tab here needs to fit into that little cutout part there. So you just got to line everything up so that it all fits in, and just twirl it around so it goes in there, oops, like that. There we go. And when you see it does that, it is at a bit of an up angle naturally, or it might be a down angle actually. Let's have a look. Swing this around, and then you just push this part here with the square tab into that square hole. Actually, you can see that actually. Let's just zoom in. See, it's got a little square hole there. You just push that in there, so everything is in place like that. Oh no, it just popped out. And I just went ahead and I just screwed it in because it was a little fiddly to do. But you see, that is in there like that, and it sticks out like that when it's all done. So it's shooting straight towards us, you can see there with this little light there, looking very nice indeed. This isn't the last of the dome parts that we've seen in these 2 issues, of course. The next part we'll be doing is attaching the projector into the dome. So what we just did, attaching this part here, the reason that it doesn't have the glass like this one has the glass is because the projector has the glass in there. And what you need to do is you need to angle up the projector so that the circuit board is facing down, and you angle it and put it over those 2 spokes just there like that, and it pushes right into this part here, really quite far, and then it just sits in place, and you just screw that down like I'm going to do now. And there we go, that's all screwed in there like that, looking very cool. And you see we've got the glass there sticking through. You probably can't see, but there definitely is some glass protecting the projector in there. The next thing we need to do is we get this circuit board here and its mounting. And what you need to do, you see you've got 3 holes there, 3 pegs even for these 3 holes. We just line them up like that. Be careful not to touch the edges, and then we just start screwing it down to hold it in place. So there's 1 screw. I'm just going to do the others off camera, purely because you get the idea of that. So those are the black screws all screwed in the circuit board to the mount there, and then we need to angle this dome around to this position, and it's these 3 holes here that we want to work with. You see it's got 3 holes there in the mount, and you just line them up there and screw them in with some silver screws. I just whisked that off to finish it off, but you can see the circuit board is there, all screwed in with silver screws, looking very nice indeed. Now I'm sure that this is it for the dome. I haven't actually brought down the instructions with me. I memorised them, they're still up in the man cave. I brought them down to enjoy the weather. If there is more to do, I'm going to cut here. And lo and behold, of course, I did forget to do some little things that I'm going to tidy up now in the normal environment. Hello, normal audio, normal environment. I'm not outside for this part. I'll come on to these 2 black parts in just a moment, but I just want to focus on the clips. First of all, I say clips because you do get 3 of these white clips. I have already gone ahead and put 2 of them in, just to make it easier for time. So those 2 clips go on there next to the circuit board, 1 there, 1 there. They work on the peg on 1 hole and then screw the other hole system. So that's how that works. And then this third clip, if you swing around here, it just fits in to this myriad of wires just there. Just fits in just there. So you need to get the peg to the top just like that, and then the screw hole there like that, and I'm just going to screw that in now. Actually, I won't do it speedily because it won't take long at all. Now it says on the instructions to use silver screws, but I didn't have any silver screws that fitted, so yeah, I'm just using this black screw. I had it left over, I don't really care at the moment as long as it's secure, and it is. So that is that part all done. So moving on then to the final 2 parts of the dome. They go into this hole, these holes here, as you saw them earlier, as these little black parts. What you need to do is you actually need to get a little bit of super glue. I think it's the first time we're using super glue on this model, and just put a little bit just around the tip there to secure them in. So just push this one in there like that. Let's push it right in. It does stick out a little bit, but you do feel the give when it is all the way in there. Just do the same for this one. So I started off camera like that, and just push it in there so it goes through the metal part and into the frame there like that. And that is the final thing. And that is the final thing that we are doing to the dome in this video. But while I'm up here, I have actually plugged in the lights that we installed earlier. So you can see green light, orange light, green light, orange light, and kind of a yellowy mixture, weird color in the middle. So that is the dome all done. I'm going to cut back to me now in the garden to finish off this video. I believe I'm saying something along the lines of, but if not, I'm going to continue. And we're going to be looking at some brand new pieces now. We are moving on to the body. That wasn't as dramatic as I hoped because I wasn't zoomed out. But yes, we're moving on to the first framework parts of the body, which is pretty awesome. So what you need to do with these parts basically is have them lined up. So you've got this part like that, and you've got this part which has the numbers BF30. You want this so it is lined there. You see we've got a peg and a hole there, which lines up with those two holes. You want the same for this side with the numbers facing up, of course, like that. And then we will put that part on the other side as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw these parts all down. And there we have that part all done. It is a little loose this side, but I'm not sure whether that's just because of the heat, the metal in the heat. Oh no, nothing to do with that, it's just the fact that I haven't tighten them up properly. Silly Falcon. There we go. Okay, so that is not wobbly at all. Nice sturdy piece of framework to start off the main body of R2D2. And that is the end of the video. Even though we were covering 3 issues, I believe it's gone quite quickly. It probably hasn't. The edit's now probably really long. But it has been something different. I have been outside, as you can tell. I'd better wrap it up now because I'm sure the neighbours are wondering what I am doing. So I will see you in 2 weeks' time for the next R2D2 video. Don't worry, if you haven't enjoyed this format of being outside and different audio and everything like that, it probably won't happen again because we just don't get the weather to film outside over here. So I thought I'd make the most of it this time. If you didn't enjoy it, it won't happen again. If you did, then just rewatch this video many times. Okay, I'm waffling now. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time for more R2D2 parts. Until then, guys, take care. Bye bye. I just want to thank my patrons John Medney, Jay Fauschenbauer, Tom Butcher, Jerry Wilson, Omar Khan, Gary Lewis, Simon Edwards, John Dunseith, Glenn Philo, Andrew Woods, Fabio Gugel, Simon Dunn, Brick Bardo, Thomas Parker, David Cunningham, Mark Frampton, Louis Pays, Terry Schwanditz, Donovan Asmawi Jaja, James Brown Jr., The Mitatonic University Podcast, Dave Westbury, Michael Chambers, Marcus Simon, Vince Steele, Savigny Barrett, Michael Anderson, and Flash. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.